What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of the Blue Brand, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including a big spoiler for tonight's WrestlePalooza, the real reason a WWE title match was pulled from WrestlePalooza, a Brock Lesnar joining the Vision, Triple H buries Goldberg, why Brock Lesnar was given permission to do this, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. As always, we won't recap the matches, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good, as number 1, Sami vs Carmelo Classic. Sami Zayn's open challenge led to another exciting match, this time with the United States Champion defending his title against Carmelo Hayes. Hayes, another victim of WWE's roulette wheel booking of its undercard talent, got a rare opportunity to show his single skills, and while he's likely going to disappear again or just work meaningless tag matches with The Miz, this was actually a good night for Melo. Hopefully soon enough WWE sees his true potential. Number 2, Street Profits split? Could the Street Profits be splitting up? WWE is teasing tension between Ford and Dawkins, with the White Six stirring the pot. And it's not the first time fans have seen the longtime team at odds, giving a little bit of a teaser at Clash in Paris. Now indeed, fans have been clamoring for Montez Ford to step into the singles spotlight for some time, and given how little the Street Profits have done up until recently, it may be a good idea. The only problem is whether WWE has any meaningful roles for Ford or Dawkins besides feuding with each other. Number 3, Damian Priest vs Aleister Black. Basic, but good. The Damian Priest and Aleister Black's feud is about as basic as it gets. Two superstars who can't stand each other and just want to beat each other senseless. To be honest, at this point it's hard to remember why they're even fighting, but the matches have been so good that nobody seems to care. Number 4, Brock Heyman Alliance. Paul Heyman did betray Brock Lesnar, but wrestling being wrestling, Brock seems to think Paul can do him a solid regardless of how many times he stabbed Lesnar in the back. Last night's segment already has fans talking, and as we'll see in the news, it could have big ramifications down the road. And this is the best we're gonna get. Now if last night's verbal showdown and post-contract signing brawl is any indicator, fans are in for a great match at WrestlePalooza. The Drew vs Cody match has had literally zero build, probably even just one show of build. However, they really did the best they could with this. Drew McIntyre vs Cody Rhodes is going to be a true clash in the ring, as Drew remains positioned as one of WWE's most dangerous wrestlers, while Cody continues to improve his act as a tough babyface who incorporates the best of the past with today's sensibilities. WWE doesn't seem like doing many rematches, but this is one match that should get a follow-up and at least a proper build. But that was the good. What about the bad? Is number 1, dim-witted deja vu. Michael Cole has hit another milestone, overtaking Hall of Fame announcer Jim Ross's record of being menaced and mauled by assorted WWE stars. If you thought last night's segment where Brock Lesnar menaced Michael Cole only for Cole's color commentator to step in and take a beating looked familiar, it was. Fans saw the same thing a few months ago when Gunther manhandled Michael Cole, leading to a valiant attempt by his color commentator, which was in that case Pat McAfee, to save him and instead take a beatdown. Last night's segment was another reminder of how WWE has just put zero effort into booking John Cena vs Brock Lesnar, and how short-sighted the promotion is with its booking. WWE obviously thinks its fans are stupid because Michael Cole just complained about announcers being menaced by wrestlers, and it's like it never happened. Number 2, a night of filler. Smackdown was really plagued by filler, with fans seeing some strong segments like Rhodes confronting Drew, and an excellent match between Sami Zayn and Carmelo Hayes. But WWE spent more time showing fans how to download the ESPN app than it did hyping up WrestlePalooza. WWE is obviously confident the lineup for the show is enough to sell, but if that's the case, why not put some entertaining segments to put over the wrestlers who won't be working the PLE? Number 3, Women's Tag Team Division remains a joke. Now, how many times will fans have to watch Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair wrestle Chelsea Green and a secret hair service partner of the night? Apparently many more, as WWE can't seem to dig up any women's tag teams on Raw or Smackdown. At least it was a little refreshing to see the titles defended on NXT, especially since WWE unified the NXT Women's Tag Championship with the WWE Women's Tag Championship. And a woeful title picture. Speaking of bad booking, Tiffany Stratton vs Nia Jax vs Jade Cargill is another reminder of how WWE's failure to elevate talent has led to a stagnant main event scene. While it's great to see WWE trying to elevate Jade Cargill as a single star, the fact that the promotion has to use Nia Jax to help hide Cargill's weaknesses by adding her into the mix is scary. WWE hasn't created a top women's star on SmackDown besides Tiffany Stratton, and while there are never any guarantees that someone will get over like Stratton, WWE has a bad track record of using its women's undercard. Talents are brought up to SmackDown only to disappear for weeks or months, wiping out any interest fans may have in them. That was nothing downright ugly, but another disappointing night for the Blue brand. Smackdown's inconsistent quality is mind-boggling, with declining ratings for the Blue brand suggesting fans are tired of this product. But what do you guys think of the go-home episode of Smackdown before WrestlePalooza? Let us know in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the news. Our first story looks like a big spoiler happening at WrestlePalooza. At top of today's news is a potential spoiler for WrestlePalooza. So if you don't want to know, skip to our next story if you're looking to be surprised at tonight's PLE. Now, a new report from PW Insider states that LA Knight was seen in Indianapolis, the site for WrestlePalooza, fueling speculation that it'll appear on the show. While there's no guarantee, it makes sense as LA Knight has heat with The Vision and Jey Uso, as Jey is set to team with Brother Jimmy to take on Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed, which could actually lead to LA Knight getting involved. The question is whether he'll interfere in the match and who could he try to help. But that's just part of the puzzle, as there's debate whether LA Knight, who's been repeatedly frustrated in his attempts to win a world title, will join forces with The Vision, or whether Jey and possibly Jimmy could turn heel, laying Knight out instead. Now either way, fans could be in for an interesting storyline as allegiances shift, shaking things up on Raw and or SmackDown. Do you think it's time for LA Knight to turn heel? Next up, Brock Lesnar joining The Vision. A WWE Survivor Series PLE is still 2 months away, but it looks like WWE is already planting the seeds for its men's War Games match. In case you missed it, Brock Lesnar ran into his former manager Paul Heyman backstage, along with the Braun and Braun connection, with Brock telling Heyman they need to talk. Now this is actually huge, both for how it could play out for Cena vs Lesnar, but how he could give the Vision faction even more muscle. The idea of Lesnar teaming with Bron Breakker, Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins sets up a great scenario for a seemingly unstoppable force. Of course, this being pro wrestling, it means someone has to oppose them, and it has to be in a structure capable of containing them. Naturally, this structure will be War Games, and fans are already guessing John Cena will team up with Roman Reigns and the Usos to oppose the Vision. If so, it's another great use for Cena, and one on paper looks like it could be the biggest WWE War Games match. But let's hope there's no injuries like last year's men's War Games match, where Bronson Reed, Tonga Loa and Jimmy Uso all suffered an injury. Next up, the real reason why WWE pulled a title match. It looks like we know why the triple threat involving Jade Cargill, Nia Jax, and WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton isn't happening at WrestlePalooza. While there were concerns Tiffany wasn't cleared to compete, a concern which arose on NXT when authority figure Ava announced Tiffany wasn't medically cleared to compete, that doesn't appear to be the case. According to PW Insider, WWE moved the match for logistical reasons, apparently wanting to make sure that there weren't too many matches on WrestlePalooza's card, which currently has 5 matches booked. I mean, heaven forbid we actually get a 6th match on a PLE. I thought this was supposed to be on par with WrestleMania. Next up, Triple H buries Goldberg. Now on the first take, Triple H really took issue with a top 5 greatest wrestlers of all time list that Stephen A. Smith revealed, specifically objecting to Goldberg being ranked number 1. Now, Smith's greatest wrestlers turned out to be number 5 of the Road Warriors, number 4 of The Rock, number 3 of Hulk Hogan, number 2 Ric Flair, and number 1 being Goldberg. Triple H accused Smith of a bait and switch, laying out a solid list of well-known legends, only to surprise people by putting Goldberg as number 1. Triple H mentioned, what he does for a profession is to piss people off, right? So what he did is bait and switched it. He set up the list that is arguably accurate, the Road Warriors, The Rock, Hogan, Flair. He left out a few because it's just the top 5. But then what he does is he comes in and he Stephen A's it, and he goes Goldberg at number 1, because he knows that is a name that is going to piss off the maximum amount of people. Triple H literally buried the man right there and then, saying that he shouldn't even be in the top 5. But cooler heads prevailed, and Triple H mentioned, I'm not going to say he's not great, I love Bill, I think he's a great performer, had great moments in this business, but putting him at 1? It seemed that the spot should have been reserved for true legends like Randy Savage or even Roddy Piper. Next up, Brock Lesnar was given permission to do this. Brock Lesnar actually managed to F5 Corey Graves, and it was the first bump that he's taken in a number of years. It seems to indicate that the rumors are now finally true and that Corey Graves is now cleared for in-ring competition, otherwise WWE definitely wouldn't allow him to do it. Do you think we could see Corey back in the ring anytime soon? And finally, Andrade's first post-WWE booking revealed. Last but not least, it didn't take long for recently released WWE superstar Andrade to find work. Lucha Libre Online recently tweeted, breaking news, it is confirmed that the first appearance of Andrade following his departure from WWE will be on October 3rd, The Crash. Tijuana, you are fortunate. It's a damn shame that Andrade can't be on the AAA card, as he would be sensational in it. But there you have it, folks, our look at the Blue brand, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.